You're feeling it at home too. As a society, we've never been more constantly stressed from the moment we open our eyes till then our head hits the pillow at night, sometimes even through the night. We're running on adrenaline, we're running on anxiety, and it's just not sustainable.
Well, Harvard physician Dr. Aditi Nerurkar's debut book, The 5 Resets, aims to help us to overcome stress and burnout. And we're pleased to say Aditi joins us live from New York to tell us all about it. Morning. We all know, of course, why we're so stressed, but what is it doing to us? Why is it so bad for us?
So, stress and burnout are at unprecedented levels. Like you said, David, 70% of people are struggling. That's like saying in a room of 30 people, 21 people have some form of stress and burnout. And there are a million flavors of stress and burnout. Some people might notice headaches or neck pain, back pain, dizziness, and the mental manifestations, of course, anxiety, depression, insomnia. The most important thing is to talk to your doctor first to get a formal diagnosis.
I want to get to your 5 resets, Aditi. What are they?
The 5 resets is a roadmap, a step-by-step roadmap to help you transform your relationship with stress and burnout for good. So often when you're feeling a sense of stress, you are in your own way and you can't get out of your way to make a progress with your stress and burnout. And so this is a plan that I have used with many of my patients. It's science-backed. It's cost-free. That was really important to me because I've had patients from all walks of life. And it's time efficient because fixing your stress should not lead to more stress.
The fifth one I'm interested in terms of bringing your best self forward, which can be so hard when you're struggling at times. So let's talk about change and, periods of significant change in your life. How can you bring your best self forward when you're going through that kind of stress?
Sylvia, when you are going through a period of stress and that bringing your best self forward, that inner critic, that voice in your head has a megaphone. And so one strategy to think about is using the rule of 2. It's something I talk about in the 5 resets. It's how your brain responds to change. We cannot sustain huge lifestyle overhauls during periods of stress. That's why New Year's resolutions fail so often. Your brain can only handle 2 changes at a time. Even positive change is noticed as a stress to your brain. So work with your biology during periods of change. Do 2 small things rather than take on too much to help reset your stress and burnout.
I mean, I'm sort of trying to put boundaries back in place in my life in so many ways, but it's so hard. One of the things that struck my eye on your list here of resets is come up for air. How do I find time to come up for air when I've got 3 kids and jobs and everything else that's going on?
One of the best ways is to set some digital boundaries. You had a whole segment on this just earlier in your show about the need for boundaries and why digital boundaries are so important. Over 50% of us, within seconds of waking up, before our second eye is even open, we are scrolling the headlines, our email, the Slack channel, our WhatsApp groups. All of these things are not benign entities. They have a direct impact on your brain circuitry, particularly when it comes to stress and burnout. So create some digital boundaries. First step is geographical boundaries. Keep your phone off your nightstand. Invest in a low-cost alarm clock instead. During the day, create some visual boundaries. Opt out for color and instead switch your phone to grayscale during the day. It makes scrolling less enticing and it helps make that feeling, that addictive primal urge to scroll decrease. It's been shown to decrease screen time and your sanity.
It makes so much sense. Aditi, we really appreciate your time today. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
And you can get a copy now of the 5 Resets. Check it out. We'll be right back after this.